Okay, hello. Welcome to a video. It's been a while since I've done any form of reaction to anything. I think it's been like 7 months. Yeah, I haven't been active on this channel at all. I didn't really do many videos when I was active. I did quite a few videos, then I kind of stopped randomly and vanished. But I'm back. Don't really know what to say in a intro. Just what's up. I have a song here that was recommended to me. It's a hip hop song, rap song. They said it was a British guy, so that's cool. Maybe I'll be able to get some references or something. But yeah, we'll try break something down, see if I can catch anything. But yeah, I just want to listen to this. This is the song. Poison Penmanship. Rhyme Asylum. See, I'm clearly not very good at this because I didn't even say what the name of the song was or anything, but I guess it's in the title, so yeah. Welcome to the worst reaction channel on YouTube. There's like no effort gone into this. I just want to listen to some music, so right. Haven't done this in a while, so don't expect anything good. My brain's probably going to be overloaded trying to break things down, but yeah. Just yawning. Whenever I need to talk or I'm like on the spot to talk, it makes me need to yawn. It's for no reason. It's so stupid. Okay, let's just go. Making sure I'm actually recording properly. Okay. Let's just start.
I'm an angel. I killed firstborns while their mamas watch. I turned cities into salt. I even, when I feel like it, rip the souls from little girls. And from now till kingdom come, the only thing you can count on in your existence is never understanding why.
Okay, so the intro's kind of cold. It's clearly going to be a bit of a darker song. I don't know what that is from. I'm assuming that's from like a film or a movie, like horror film or something. I don't really know what it is. It sounds familiar, but it might be something else I'm thinking of. But yeah, that's cool. Let's just go. Bring it back a little bit.
Thief in the night, fangs in your jugular, bleeding you dry. I live in a glass house, throwing meteorites. Appease the gods in a previous life, and I slice the throat of Sweeney Todd for my piece of the pie.
Okay. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Okay. Right. Oh my god. Okay. Already. There's like 3 punchlines already. Fucking hell. Let me just hear that again. That was so cold. Okay. It's gonna be one of them.
Thief in the night, fangs in your jugular, bleeding you dry. I live in a glass house, throwing meteorites. Appease the gods in a previous life, and I slice the throat of Sweeney Todd for my piece of the pie. I'm the
Fucking hell. Okay. Thief in the night, fangs in your jugular, bleeding you dry. I live in a glass house, throwing meteorites. Right. Okay, so living in a glass house throwing meteorites. I think we've probably all heard the phrase, people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw rocks or stones. Which is basically like saying you shouldn't judge people. You shouldn't judge people for things that you are suffering from yourself. Like, you shouldn't criticize people for things that you know, should be criticized for yourself. Because it's like, you know, you're criticizing for things that you struggle with yourself, so you're not any better. But he throws meteorites instead. He throws meteorites. Appease the gods in a previous life. That's like I don't know, it's quite vivid. Basically, he satisfied the gods in a previous life. In a previous life, he satisfied gods, which is pretty badass. I forgot the third line. I need to bring it back again. Probably going to be a lot of pausing. We're like 9 seconds into the song, because I'm pretty sure it started at 24 seconds, so I've paused quite a lot for like 9 seconds, which is quite scary. It's a 3-minute song.
Night, fangs in your jugular, bleeding you dry. I live in a glass house, throwing meteorites. Appease the gods in a previous life, and I slice the throat of Sweeney Todd for my piece of the pie. I'm the
Okay, Sweeney Todd. Sweeney Todd is like a character, a barber, a murderer. A murderer, he would kill his customers or people, just people. Sweeney Todd was a killer. He would kill people and put them in pies. Sweeney Todd would put his victims in pies. So that's just cold. He's killing Sweeney Todd.
appease the gods in a previous life, and I slice the throat of Sweeney Todd for my.
This is insane. I'm bringing it back. It's just the sound effects in the background as well. It's like a... I mean, Halloween just ended. This is a very Halloween track, isn't it? I mean, look at that car.
Thief in the night, fangs in your jugular, bleeding you dry. I live in a glass house, throwing meteorites. Appease the gods in a previous life, and I slice the throat of Sweeney Todd for my piece of the pie. I'm the angel of death, outpacing Olympic swimmers with the Titanic's anchors chained to my legs, all without breaking a sweat. From the underground, and I'm craving the taste of your flesh like the Day of the Dead. Here for gaining respect.
Oh my god, I'm gonna be pausing this so much. I can't do this right now. My brain's already fried off of like 3 bars. Okay, what did he say? Oh, fuck. I'm the angel of death, outpacing Olympic swimmers with the Titanic's chains tied to my legs. That is such a cool perception. It's like the 2 previous bars, right? Because it's like, he's in a glass house throwing meteorites. You know, not rocks, meteorites. He kills Sweeney Todd for his piece of the pie. He's not just the killer. He isn't Sweeney Todd in this scenario. He's killing Sweeney Todd. Like, he's over everything. He doesn't throw rocks, he throws meteorites. He doesn't... You know, he isn't Sweeney Todd, like the typical rapper would say. I'm like this person, I'm like that person. He kills Sweeney Todd himself. He slices his throat for his pieces of the pie. He wants to kill the killer and put the killer in his pie. Cold. And then he says, I'm the angel of death. It's like he's... Everything he does is like, it's like the next level. He's outpacing Olympic swimmers with Titanic's anchors chained to his legs, all without breaking a sweat. It's impossible, but he does it. It's like very the imagery, it's insane. Like every bar, you imagine it in your head as he's rapping it. It's insane, all without breaking a sweat. Titanic's anchors chained to my legs. It's insane. And then the next bar, I heard the next bar, I get the next bar. I need to hear it again though. I need to hear the next bar again. Insane.
You dry. I live in a glass house, throwing meteorites. Appease the gods in a previous life, and I slice the throat of Sweeney Todd for my piece of the pie. I'm the angel of death, outpacing Olympic swimmers with the Titanic's anchors chained to my legs, all without breaking a sweat. From the underground, and I'm craving the taste of your flesh like the Day of the Dead. Here for gaining...
Oh my god. Okay. Right. Outpacing, right, no, from the under the ground, and I'm craving the taste of your flesh like the Day of the Dead. Okay, so the Day of the Dead, that's like a celebration in Mexico, if I'm correct. I don't know if it's a primarily, I think it's a primarily a Mexican celebration, but I don't think It's only celebrated in Mexico. But the Day of the Dead in Mexico is, the day of celebration in which they celebrate the lives of ones who've passed away. The loved ones who've passed away, Day of the Dead. They celebrate Day of the Dead. But he's saying craving the taste of your flesh like the Day of the Dead. And Day of the Dead is a movie. Because obviously, as a kid, playing Call of the Dead, Black Ops 1 Zombies, obviously, George Romero, rest in peace, amazing filmmaker. He created Day of the Dead. That's the only reason I know him, because I found out about him when I was a kid, playing zombies on Black Ops. George Romero is a filmmaker. A lot of people class him as like the legend of like a zombie film. Day of the Dead. So he's saying he's craving the taste of your flesh like the Day of the Dead. So it's like a double entendre. But he says from the underground. So like when he raises from a grave, that's like so is that a triple? From the underground, craving the taste of your flesh like the Day of the Dead. Day of the Dead, George Romero, rest in peace. Day of the Dead celebration in Mexico. Was it originally a Mexican celebration? I don't know. I don't know enough about these things, but that is hard. Very hard. Very cool. Cold. Every time I'm going to bring it back.
Olympic swimmers with the Titanic's anchors chained to my legs, all without breaking a sweat. From the underground, and I'm craving the taste of your flesh like the Day of the Dead. Here for gaining respect, enforce the laws of gravity and draw the sword of Damocles to the nape of your neck. Communist Marxists, sharpshooters.
How? Right. Here for gaining respect, enforce the laws of gravity. It's so heavy on the imagery. Enforce the laws of gravity. It's like he gets to decide the laws of gravity. He's enforcing the laws of gravity. He enforces the laws. It's not a natural law of the world. It's him. He enforces the law of gravity. He also says here for gaining respect, like enforcing the law. So maybe it's like a play on police officers enforcing the law to gain respect or whatever the fuck. Probably not. At least that's what they're supposed to do. But and then he said, draw the sword of Damocles to the. I don't know what Damocles is. That's a reference I don't get. So that's kind of sad. I don't get to finish it out. But draw the sword of Damocles to the nape of your neck. Nape of the neck is like the back of your neck. It's like the back of your neck. Fucking hell. I'm trying my hardest. My brain is fried already.
I'm the angel of death, outpacing Olympic swimmers with the Titanic's anchors chained to my legs, all without breaking a sweat. From the underground, and I'm craving the taste of your flesh like the Day of the Dead. Here for gaining respect, enforce the laws of gravity and draw the sword of Damocles to the nape of your neck. Communist Marxists, sharpshooter locked on my target. I was breastfed cancer and bottles of arsenic. Blind swordsman wandering.
Fucking hell. He was breastfed cancer and bottles of arsenic. So it's like he's a demon, man. He's like hellborn. He wasn't breastfed, breast milk. He wasn't nurtured and looked after. He was breastfed cancer. He was breastfed disease and like toxic chemicals. So he's like a fucking demon. It's so cold.
Communist Marxists, sharpshooter locked on my target. I was breastfed cancer and bottles of arsenic. Blind swordsman wandering darkness. Fuck. I dropped the Queen's severed head in the offering basket. I'm eating out of
Whoa.
in darkness. Fuck. I dropped the Queen's severed head in the offering basket.
Drop the Queen's severed head in the offering basket. What did he say before?
Sharpshooter locked on my target. I was breastfed cancer and bottles of arsenic. Blind swordsman wandering darkness. Fuck. I dropped the Queen's severed head in the offering basket.
Blind swordsman wander in darkness. Fuck cash. So the ad-lib, fuck cash, wander in darkness. I dropped the Queen's severed head in the offering basket. So obviously like an offering basket that you would drop money into. Offering basket the queen's head, offering basket, queen's head, fuck cash. The ad-lib said fuck cash. I'm glad I went back to hear the ad-lib, because I'm pretty sure that's like the first ad-lib in the whole song, so I wanted to hear it. He said fuck cash, I'll drop the queen's severed head in the offering basket. So obviously, offering basket, you would drop money in, but he's not dropping coins into the offering basket because he says fuck cash. He's dropping the queen's head in the offering basket. He decapitates her with his he's a wandering swordsman. He chops her head off, puts it in the offering basket. But why? Why is he dropping her head in the offering basket? Because fuck cash. Because this guy is next level. This guy's a fucking demon, so he doesn't follow the norm. He doesn't do what you would normally expect. So he doesn't drop coins in the offering basket. He drops the queen's literal head. Why? Because coins have the queen's head on them. They have a print of the queen's side profile. Her head is on the coin. So he's not dropping coins with her head on. He's dropping her head in the basket. How do you write this shit? How do you write this? Like, my brain doesn't have I don't have the mental capacity to write stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's insane. Insane. I'll drop the queen's severed head in the offering basket. Fucking, it's cold.
To my target, I was breastfed cancer and bottles of arsenic. Blind swordsman wandering darkness. Fuck. I dropped the queen's severed head in the offering basket. I'm eating out of coffins and caskets, and everyone in my field of vision's just crops for the harvest. I'm a hellborn seraphim, 4 faces.
Oh, fucking hell, it doesn't end. It doesn't end. Let me hear that again.
Basket. I'm eating out of coffins and caskets, and everyone in my field of vision's just crops for the harvest. I'm a hellborn.
Everyone in my field of vision are just crops for the harvest. You know, a field. It's not a literal field in which farmers would hold their crops. It's his field of vision. So he doesn't have crops. He has a field of vision, and everyone in that vision, every person, are the crops on his field of vision. Basically saying he's going to eat everyone he sees. He's going to devour them. Cold. The fucking imagery. The punchlines are fucking arse. It's mad.
Bottles of arsenic, blind swordsman wandering darkness. Fuck. I dropped the queen's severed head in the offering basket. I'm eating out of coffins and caskets, and everyone in my field of vision's just crops for the harvest. I'm a hellborn seraphim, 4 faces with torn feather wings, spawning forward the form Nephilim, burying peace.
Okay, what the fuck? Oh, we got the flow.
And everyone in my field of vision's just crops for the harvest. I'm a hellborn seraphim, 4 faces with torn feather wings.
I'm a hellborn seraphim, 4 faces with torn feathered wings. I'm a hellborn seraphim. Oh, what's a seraphim? A seraphim is like a... It's like an angelic creature, right? I'm pretty sure a seraphim is like... A seraphim is... It's like an angel, but they have like 4 faces. A seraphim, the only reason I know of seraphims are because of a video game. Surprise. What was it? Bayonetta? In Bayonetta, I swear, there's a golden angel with 4 wings, maybe more, but it has a face, and then it has like 2 other or 3 other faces on it. Face, and 2 faces on like coming out of the bottom of it. Is that a seraphim? I'm pretty sure that's what a seraphim is. It's like a 4-faced, 4-winged, angelic creature. But I don't know what they do. I don't know what they are. Because obviously earlier he said, I'm the angel of death. Angels. Angel of death. Obviously angels are known as, you know, they're angelic, they're angels, they are powerful. Because obviously, when you think of angels, you think of the angels who are in service of God, the Almighty. They are in service of Him, so they are powerful. They need to be, so that they can, take on His tasks, because they're in service of Him. That's why we say guardian angels. So when He says He's the angel of death, He has all the powers of an angel, but He's not a holy angelic creature. He's going to be your angel of death, and He's going to kill you with all the powers that an angel has. But seraphim, I'm a hellborn seraphim. So he's a seraphim, he's got 4 faces, 4 wings, but he's hellborn, and he's demonic. Hellborn seraphim. That's all I can get from that. I don't know what a seraphim does exactly, but I just know they're like angels, or they're heavenly, something. I don't know. There's a lot of biblical mentions in this. I'm assuming Damocles could be something heavenly, like a biblical reference, because it sounds quite Greek, but I don't know what Damocles is. The sword of Damocles. I don't really know what that is. And then he said spawning 4 something.
4 faces with torn feather wings, spawning 4 deformed Nephilim.
Spawning 4 deformed Nephilim. I don't know what Nephilim is. That I'm assuming that's something biblical as well. Spawning 4 deformed Nephilim. Is Nephilim like a monster or something? Spawning 4 of them. 4 deformed Nephilim. Are Nephilim like creatures or biblical like characters or something? Like that biblical figures or something. 4 deformed. I'm trying to break down that because I know how heavy this is now, this track. So I'm trying to break it down as much as possible. 4 deformed Nephilim. Like the 4 horsemen, like 4 deformed, like 4 evil. He's spawned them from the ground, maybe? I don't know. If I don't know a bar, I should just carry on listening. I'm doing too much.
Caskets, and everyone in my field of vision's just crops for the harvest. I'm a hellborn seraphim, 4 faces with torn feather wings, spawning 4 deformed Nephilim. Burying peace pipes, digging up the hatchet, deep throat my dick till it singes in your stomach acid. We unattractive, ferocious
Fucking hell. He's basically just saying he's got a really big dick. You're gonna deep throat his dick till it singes in your stomach acid. It's gonna reach your stomach, and it's just basically a very vivid and gross way of saying my dick's big.
The wings spawning 4 deformed Nephilim. Burying peace pipes, digging up the hatchet, deep throat my dick till it singes in your stomach acid. We unattractive, ferocious creatures. I got master degree burns after a heat stroke of genius. Rush the doors from dusk to dawn.
Oh my god. Master degree burns from a heat stroke of genius. Okay, obviously you got a master degree, which is like a higher degree that you get awarded in like college or university, a master degree. But then you also have like a degree of burns, so you have like 2nd degree burns, 3rd degree burns, shit like that. So he's saying he's a master degree burns after a heat stroke of genius. But obviously you have a stroke of genius, like when you do something genius, something intellectual, you have a stroke of genius. But his intellect is so powerful that it's too much for his own brain to handle. He's so mentally strong that his intellect, he gets master degree burns from a heat stroke of genius. He has a stroke of genius so strong it's a heat stroke. Master degree burns after a heat stroke of genius. It's so cold. I can't handle this song. This song is fucking insane. Master degree burns We unattractive, ferocious creatures.
Master degree burn, yes, Evelyn. Burying peace pipes, digging up the hatchet. Deep throat my dick till it singes in your stomach acid. We unattractive, ferocious creatures. I got master degree burns after a heat stroke of genius. Rush the doors from dusk to dawn. My entourage plot on top of Scotland Yard, cause we above the law. Withstand the force of a juggernaut.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh. My entourage plot on top of Scotland Yard because we're above the law. Basically, in Scotland Yard is the headquarters of, like, Scotland Yard is the headquarters of law enforcement in London. So when he's saying we plot on top of Scotland Yard, he's basically saying he's on top of Scotland Yard at the headquarters. So he's literally above the law. He's above them, quite literally. He's above the headquarters itself. He's plotting on top of the law.
He burns, Evelyn. Burying peace pipes, digging up the hatchet. Deep throat my dick till it singes in your stomach acid. We unattractive, ferocious creatures. I got master degree burns after a heat stroke of genius. Rush the doors from dusk to dawn. My entourage plot on top of Scotland Yard, cause we above the law. Withstand the force of a juggernaut. We're the recipe for disaster, and this beat's cooking up a storm. All powerful being, doing.
Yes, it is. The beat is cooking up a storm.
Recipe for disaster, and this beat's cooking up a storm.
Oh. Okay. Withstand the force of a juggernaut. Obviously, you've got a juggernaut. Juggernaut is like a giant suit of armor, but also juggernaut isn't just a suit of armor. Juggernaut is something that's something huge. It's powerful and it's big in its stature. It's huge. So we can withstand the force of a juggernaut, obviously. And then he said, we're the recipe for disaster, and the beat's cooking up a storm. So he is the recipe. He is the recipe for disaster, and the beat is cooking up the storm. So he is the recipe, and him mixed with the beat, him and the recipe, which is him. Sorry, I'm getting my mind mixed up. He is the recipe, and the beat is the cook. So when he mixes himself on a beat, you have him on top of the beat, which is the recipe, and it cooks up a storm. So he is a recipe. The beat is so nasty. He's cooking up a storm, literally. He is the recipe, and the beat is the cook. Which is insane as well, because you would expect him to be the cook, right? And the beat to be the recipe that the cook creates the storm from. But he himself is the recipe. He has all the contents of... I'm talking on one bar too much.
For dawn, my entourage plot on top of Scotland Yard, cause we above the law. Withstand the force of a juggernaut. We're the recipe for disaster, and this beat's cooking up a storm. All powerful being, during hours of sleeping, I levitate between the ground and the ceiling. Advanced life forms found in my semen haven't started to
Fucking hell. He's not even hiding it. He's not even hiding it. He's basically just saying, I'm so powerful, I float. When I'm sleeping, I'm so powerful that my powers just, they make me levitate off of my bed between the ground and the ceiling. Like, whoa. He's not even hiding it. He's not even like layering it. He's just saying, I'm so powerful, I just float when I'm sleeping. And then he said, advanced life forms found in my semen. Like he has some advanced DNA, like what he is advanced. You'll find crazy shit just in his fucking spunk. Oh my god. We're only like halfway through the song, man. I don't know if I can do any more of this. Fucking hell. It's so good, it's so good. The beat is
above the law. Withstand the force of a juggernaut. We're the recipe for disaster, and this beat's cooking up a storm. All powerful being, during hours of sleeping, I levitate between the ground and the ceiling. Advanced life forms found in my semen haven't started to rap yet. This is just the sound of my breathing. A mental plane like in no
man. Oh. Okay. Haven't started to rap yet. It's just the sound of my breathing. It's so easy for him that he's not even rapping. It's so easy, so natural to him, so it's like he's just breathing. You breathe passively throughout the day. Most people don't focus on their breathing, so it's basically like he's saying it's so natural for him that he doesn't even need to focus on it. It's so easy that he's basically not even rapping. It's just a natural process. Oh, fucking hell. So cold.
Just sleeping, I levitate between the ground and the ceiling. Advanced life forms found in my semen. Haven't started to rap yet, this is just the sound of my breathing. A mental plane like Enola Gay. I'm slashing open throats of backstabbers with my shoulder blade. Step off the haven't started to rap yet, this is just the sound of my breathing. A mental plane like Enola Gay. I'm slashing open throats of backstabbers with my shoulder blade.
Okay, first off, shout out Mr. Willen in history. Shout out Mr. Willen. He taught me about this. Oh my fucking god. You know when you process a bar and then it all comes to your brain and you're like, holy fucking shit, this is insane. Some people are so nasty when they get their hands on a pen. Like, how do you write that? How does that come to you? How do you evoke that in your brain? How does that come out? He said a mental plane like Enola Gay. Shout out Mr. Willen, he taught me this in history. A mental plane like Enola Gay. Enola Gay was the first ever plane to drop an atomic bomb on Hiroshima, World War II. Enola Gay was the nickname of the plane that dropped the first ever atomic bomb during World War II. The little boy was the bomb. World War II, Hiroshima, but he's saying mental plane, a mental plane like Enola Gay. So he's talking about his own mental plane. Like, he goes in his head, his mental plane, like a flat planes, like the planes of his brain are mental. Fucked up. Everything he sees in his brain is insane. His mental plane is like Enola Gay. Because in his brain, when he drops bombs, like Enola Gay, the bombs are his raps, his punchlines. Everything in his head drops bombs. But he's also saying they come from his mental plane, his mental field. And it all evokes from his mental, and then he drops bombs like Enola Gay. But he's also saying that Enola Gay is a mental plane, because the plane that dropped the first ever atomic bomb, that's big, that's mental. You know, mental is like a word for, that's crazy. Mental plane, that's a mental plane, you know, it dropped the first atomic bomb. But also his mental plane. A mental plane like Enola Gay. I love getting bars. Do people normally react to the song? Because I'm wondering how long those reactions are. A mental plane like Enola Gay. And then the next bar, oh my god. Okay.
Seaman, haven't started to rap yet, this is just the sound of my breathing. A mental plane like Enola Gay. I'm slashing open throats of backstabbers with my shoulder blade. Step off the...
Oh my god, it's so cold. It's so cold. I'm slashing open throats of backstabbers with my shoulder blade. Obviously, your shoulder blade, right here, is on your back. It goes down the back of your rib cage, your shoulder blade. So he's basically saying his shoulder blade, unless he's ripping it out, sharpening his shoulder blade and then slashing people's necks open. He's basically saying his shoulder blade, almost like it could catch the backstabbers off guard, because his shoulder blade goes down his back, and backstabbers want to stab him in the back. So maybe he backstabs them with his shoulder blade that stabs the backstabbers who are trying to betray him. Slashing open throats of backstabbers with my shoulder blade. Oh, the imagery, it's just so cold. He uses his own shoulder blade off of his back to stab the backstabbers. It's insane, man. Oh my god, there's so much left. Okay.
All powerful being, during hours of sleeping, I levitate between the ground and the ceiling. Advanced life forms found in my semen. Haven't started to rap yet, this is just the sound of my breathing. A mental plane like Enola Gay. I'm slashing open throats of backstabbers with my shoulder blade. Step off the planet, it would float away. Tormented by growing pains on my ever-evolving brain. I sever ties. I'm slashing open throats of backstabbers with my shoulder blade. Step off the planet, it would float away. Torment.
Bro. I don't know if, oh my god. If people watch this video, they've probably watched other people react to this. I don't know how well those people break it down, or if they even try to catch the bars. But this is fucking insane. This is insane. The imagery, like the perception of what's possible and what he makes possible, what he's able to achieve in his, like, oh, that, like, it's absurd. It's absurd. Step off the planet, it would float away. He's basically saying if he stepped off the planet, he wouldn't move away from the planet. He's so powerful, the earth would move away from him. Step off the planet, it would float away. If he stepped off the planet, it would move away from him. He is gravity. He's so powerful. This is him. Earth moves away. That's how powerful he is. The planet would float away if he stepped off of it. He is gravity. Oh my fucking god. It's insane. Oh my fucking god. I love this song. This song is so good.
Just the sound of my breathing. A mental plane like Enola Gay. I'm slashing open throats of backstabbers with my shoulder blade. Step off the planet, it would float away. Tormented by growing pains on my ever-evolving brain. I sever ties with heaven's skies.
I severed ties. Oh my god. He's tormented by the growing pains of his ever-evolving brain. So growing pains, you know, what you get when you're going through like puberty, or when your body's growing, you get growing pains, right? Parts of your body just ache, you get growing pains. But he's saying growing pains of his ever-evolving brain. So he's tormented by his brain, which is ever evolving. So he's always in pain. His head, his brain, it always hurts, and he's tormented by it. But he's always getting smarter because his brain is constantly evolving. So he's tormented by his own brain that forever grows in its knowledge. It's like, in a way, some people would look at that and say, like, he's not even saying anything really. He's not even hiding it. He's just saying, but it's like, it's just the way he presents it. It's insane. Step off the planet, it would float away. Oh my god, I can't. It's just so good. Like, oh, this is one of the most nuts songs I've ever heard, because it's like, anyone can be good with, not anyone, but a lot of people can be good with punchlines, right? And ability when they're writing raps and bars and punchlines. But I've never heard anyone do it like this. You know what I mean? I've never heard anyone do it like this. I've never heard anyone write bars that are like absurd. It's like a different type of, it's like Halloween rap. It's like a different genre of rap altogether, because you're just pushing the limits in your bars. It's like you are something else, and what you write, the imagery that you're putting in people's heads, is next fucking level. Oh my fucking god, it's so fucking good. When I finish reacting to this, when I'm done, I'm gonna play it again at the end, the whole song, when I'm done. I want to listen to it without any interruptions, because I've been pausing so fucking much.
And breathing, a mental plane like Enola Gay. I'm slashing open throats of backstabbers with my shoulder blade. Step off the planet, it would float away. Tormented by growing pains on my ever-evolving brain. I sever ties with heaven's skies and wage war that makes Armageddon resemble a training exercise. Third eye blessed with second sight.
Bro, what are you on? Stop it.
War that makes Armageddon resemble brain. I sever ties with heaven's skies and wage war that makes Armageddon resemble a training exercise. Third eye blessed skies and wage war that makes Armageddon resemble a training exercise.
I need to like play it multiple times so that I can process it properly. I sever ties with heaven's skies. So, with God, he severed his connection with God. He severed his ties with heaven. So he's no longer connected to that. He moves away, and because he's severed ties with heaven's skies, he's waging wars. He wages wars that are so easy that it makes Armageddon resemble a training exercise. Armageddon is the end of the world, but Armageddon, in a biblical sense, is also the war between good and evil, between, God and the powers of evil, Satan, whatever. I don't know. I'm not biblically educated. I don't know stuff about that. I'm aware of a bunch of stuff, like references and certain things. But Armageddon, is it Christianity? In the Christian Bible, Armageddon was like the fight between good and evil, or like God and evil. At least I think. But he's also referencing Armageddon. And he's waging a war that's so easy. He makes it all just easy. He wages easy wars. But also he severed ties with heaven's skies, and he's waged war on heaven's skies. At least I think that's what it is. That's what I take it as, okay? That's what I take it as. That's how I feel he has waged war. This song is fucking nuts. Okay. Oh my god, how long is this gonna be? Fucking hell.
And it would float away, tormented by growing pains on my ever-evolving brain. I sever ties with heaven's skies and wage war that makes Armageddon resemble a training exercise. Third eye blessed with second sight, a Cenobite. I survived the New Mexico desert testing sites. Skies and wage war that makes Armageddon resemble a training exercise. Third eye blessed with second sight, a Cenobite. I survived the New Mexico desert testing sites.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my. How? How do you write this? How do you write this shit? Third eye, blessed with second sight. So, when you say you have the third eye, like the third eye vision, it's basically like saying it's like, oh, what is it? What kind of area is that in? Third eye. It's like symbolic. It's like a symbolic concept of reaching your own inner. What's the word? It's the word that's always. The word is always associated with third eye. Where is it? It's when people say they've become enlightened. Your third eye is a symbolic concept of your inner intuition, your inner enlightenment has reached another stage, so you feel like you are aware. You are aware. Your third eye, you've reached enlightenment. You can see things in a more, what's the word? Everything is more, it's more clear. it's, what's the word I'm thinking of? Clarity. You see things with clarity. You're aware. You are enlightened. And then second sight is almost like a psychic term. It's what psychics use, or people who say they can see the future, something like that. Second sight is the ability to say that you can see the future, you can see what is to come. So he's basically saying his third eye, his enlightened vision, his enlightened self, his third eye also has second sight. So not only is he enlightened, he can also see the fucking future. He can see the future as well. What can he not do? Fucking hell. It's insane, man. Oh my god. Third eye blessed with second sight. And then he said something else, but I've forgotten it because my, like 5 words, 5, 6 words, my mind's being fried off of. I love this song so much.
My shoulder blade, step off the planet, it would float away. Tormented by growing pains on my ever-evolving brain. I sever ties with heaven's skies and wage war that makes Armageddon resemble a training exercise. Third eye blessed with second sight, a Cenobite. I survived the New Mexico desert testing sites. If I do start to...
Oh my god, okay.
A Cenobite. I survived the New Mexico desert testing sites.
It's just absurd. It's absurd. A Cenobite. A Cenobite is a demon, Hellraiser. You all know it. Well, you already know. You might not. Cenobite, Hellraiser. Hellraiser is like it's like a series of films, like The Pinhead. I don't know if you've seen it. The Pinhead, the pale face, the Pinhead. It looks like the dude from Slipknot. I think that's where Slipknot got the inspiration from. I don't know. I don't know if that's what that actually is or not. Or maybe I'm getting it the other way around. Anyway, Hellraiser, a Cenobite. A Cenobite is a demon. Cenobite is a demon. So he's saying a third eye blessed with second sight, a Cenobite. So he's a demon with a third eye, and he can see the future. Like what? It's insane. I've survived the New Mexico desert testing sites. So World War II, it's the first test of an atomic bomb, which was done in the New Mexico desert testing sites, which he clearly was there for back in June 1945, or was it July 1945 or June 1945? Or was it August? Well, no, August is August when they dropped the bomb? August is when they dropped it in 1945. July. I don't remember all of my history classes, Mr. Willen. I'm sorry, but obviously he was there because he survived it, apparently. So, yeah. I want to go back quite a bit.
Shoulder blade, step off the planet, it would float away. Tormented by growing pains on my ever-evolving brain. I sever ties with heaven's skies and wage war that makes Armageddon resemble a training exercise. Third eye blessed with second sight, a Cenobite. I survived the New Mexico desert testing sites. If I do start to smoke weed, I'll take 2 totes and won't breathe out for a whole week and OD. Battling me, you won't get cold feet. The mere thought of facing possessed insights. If I do start to smoke weed, I'll take 2 totes and won't breathe out for a whole week and OD.
Okay. It's just a complete song of doing things, of doing the impossible. He basically said, if I do start to smoke weed, I'll take 2 totes and I won't breathe for a whole week and then I will overdose. Obviously, weed is incredibly difficult to overdose on. I don't even know if it's possible or not. I don't think it is. But he's basically saying if he did, he will. If he wants to overdose on weed, he will. Because he'll take 2 tokes and then he'll just decide to not breathe and he'll hold the tokes forever. And he'll eventually overdose. Just to prove that he can do it. He'll be like, I'll overdose on weed. Trust. And then he'll do it. It's insane.
Wage war that makes Armageddon resemble a training exercise. Third eye blessed with second sight, a Cenobite. I survived the New Mexico desert testing sites. If I do start to smoke weed, I'll take 2 totes and won't breathe out for a whole week and OD. Battling me, you won't get cold feet. The mere thought of facing possessed to freeze the fluid in both knees. Product of a warlock and a witch. And won't breathe out for a whole week and OD. Battling me, you won't get cold feet. The mere thought of facing possessed to freeze the fluid in both knees.
Oh my god. Okay. Battling me, you won't get cold feet. The mere thought of facing possessed will freeze the fluid in both knees. So he's basically saying you're not gonna just get cold feet. He's gonna freeze the fluid in your fucking knees, bro. But cold feet is also a saying for when you're too scared to do something, you get cold feet. So, like someone who's gonna perform on stage, they might get cold feet. It's like the opposite of break a leg. You'll get cold feet and you're too nervous to do it, and then you'll choke, and then you won't go out and perform. You can't do it. But he's not saying you'll just get cold feet. You won't just be afraid to. You won't just be afraid to arrive at the battle with him. You won't even get there because just thinking of him will freeze your fucking knees up. This song is nuts. This song is fucking nuts.
A Cenobite, I survived the New Mexico desert testing sites. If I do start to smoke weed, I'll take 2 totes and won't breathe out for a whole week and OD. Battling me, you won't get cold feet. The mere thought of facing possessed to freeze the fluid in both knees. Product of a warlock and a witch, knock you for 6. Pile drive you down a bottomless pit, push my luck over the...
Oh my god. Oh my god. The imagery, bro. Okay. Product of a warlock and a witch, knock you for 6. Knock you for 6 is a British term. Not when you knock someone for 6, that means you've... What is knock you for 6 again? You knock them for 6. It means you like... I think it's when you shock someone. You shock someone about something, you knock them for 6. But I think I think it might also be like a sports term. I don't really know it. Knock you for 6 is also like a sport term, I think, but I don't know what it is. Someone will have to tell me if you get to this point in the fucking video because it's super long. But knock you for 6. It's the thing is, he's surprising you. He's knocking you for 6 because he's also a product of a warlock and a witch, which are 2 forms of dark being, like wizards. Is a witch a wizard? A witch is a wizard, right? It's like a warlock and a witch had some insane wizardess sex, and then they produced him, which knocked you for 6, and then he pile drives you down a bottomless pit. The imagery. No one writes like this. Has anyone ever written like this? Oh my god. The kind of energy I get from it, it's almost like, it gives me like 3-6 Mafia, like, kind of energy. Like a Lung Night. I think that's the song I'm thinking of. It just makes me think of like cold air in the Halloween month, and like being out on a stroll and you're doing a bunch of evil shit. That's what it reminds me of. I think that's the song I'm thinking of. It's like that. I'll pile drive you down a bottomless pit. That is such an insane bar. That is so cold. I'll pile drive you down a bottomless pit. He's gonna pile drive you down a bottomless pit forever. It's like, it's absurd. It's a way of writing that makes you just think, that's fucking cold. It's so badass. It's so cold. It's so fucking cold.
And won't breathe out for a whole week and OD. Battling me, you won't get cold feet. The mere thought of facing possessed to freeze the fluid in both knees. Product of a warlock and a witch, knock you for 6. Pile drive you down a bottomless pit. Push my luck over the top of a cliff. I don't bite the hand that feeds me, I chew it off at the wrist. I thought just
It's just cold after cold after cold, bro. Push my luck over the top of a cliff. In this entire song, he's been doing things that you can't do. It's like he's summoned his luck. Because people say, you know, don't push your luck. Don't get too cocky, don't push your luck. But he's pushing his luck off of a cliff. It's like, it's absurd. What kind of rap is this? Like, what is this categorized as? Because this is different. This is different. I don't bite the hand that feeds me, I chew it off at the wrist. People say, don't disrespect the people that look after you. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. But he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck. He's otherworldly. He's gonna bite your fucking. He's gonna bite your wrist and chew your hand off. Even if you're feeding him, he doesn't give a fuck. Just to get off on it or to get a thrill, he's gonna bite your fucking hand off. It's just so cold. This song's doing things to my brain.
And won't breathe out for a whole week and OD. Battling me, you won't get cold feet. The mere thought of facing possessed to freeze the fluid in both knees. Product of a warlock and a witch, knock you for 6. Pile drive you down a bottomless pit. Push my luck over the top of a cliff. I don't bite the hand that feeds me, I chew it off at the wrist. I forge a sword from a thunderbolt, and I'm rubbing salt into bullet wounds just to make the slug dissolve.
At the end,
I forge a sword from a thunderbolt, and I'm rubbing salt into bullet wounds just to make the slug dissolve.
that last line, that last line. He forged a sword from a thunderbolt. So he's taking the contents of heaven, he's taking the contents of the clouds, and he's forging it into a fucking thunderbolt. Into a sword, I mean. Like some fucking Zeus type fucking sword. And then I'll rub salt into bullet wounds just to make the slug dissolve. It's like the dirtiest bar. Because obviously, okay, I'll try and break this one down. I think it's the last one. Right. Oh my god. Okay, so rubbing salt into a wound. Obviously, what is it? It's like when you rub salt into a wound, it makes something worse. So it's like knocking someone who's already down. It's like making it worse for someone. You know, when someone's already knocked down, and you know they're bothered about something, and they say you rub it in their face. You rub the salt in. You rub salt in the wound. You make it worse for them. It's like that. So he's rubbing salt into the wound. But not only is it a wound, it's a bullet wound. So he's torturing you. He's rubbing salt into your bullet wounds. He's torturing the fuck out of you. But also, he's not just torturing you with salt in your wound. He's also making the slug dissolve. So he's rubbing salt in your wound, he's torturing you, but not just to torture you, to make the slug dissolve. Obviously, slug, the animal, the slug, the little slimy motherfucker, if you pour salt on them, they dissolve. Slugs dissolve and bubble up and kills them when you pour salt on them. But not only is he doing that, he's trying to make the slug dissolve. The slug, the bullet that he hit you with, the bullet wound he created with the slug, he's rubbing salt in the wound to not just make the slug dissolve. Oh. The slug. And the slug. Oh my fucking god. But also, Also, old school gangsters, it was typically, I'm pretty sure it was a common method. I don't know who I heard talk about it. I heard someone talk about doing it. What was it? Bobby Cummins. I watched an interview of him, and he said one of his old methods, which I'm pretty sure was a common method, was shotgun shells. Instead of putting buckshot in his slugs, he used to put rock salt. He used to put rock salt in his slugs instead of buckshot, so that when you shot someone, it wasn't as effective, it wasn't as damaging. But when you shot someone with rock salt slugs, it would be fucking devastating. It would be so painful. But obviously, as a gangster, you've got to be cold. That's like some badass fucking type of method. So they used to put rock salt in slugs, in shotgun shells. And obviously, it would obliterate, and then the salt would dissolve in the wounds, in the blood. How do you think of this stuff? How do you think of this stuff? How do you think of this stuff? How do you write these bars? I want to see if that's the last bar. I'm pretty sure that was the last bar. That is fucked. That last line is so dirty and disgusting. And it's fucked. This, just like this song is fucked. This has fucked up my brain. Cold.
Sword from a thunderbolt, and I'm rubbing salt into bullet wounds just to make the slug dissolve.
There's like 20 seconds left. You can skip to the end, or you can come off the video now, because since I've reached the end of the song, I just want to listen to the whole thing with no interruption. Because I broke it down so much, I wasn't able to appreciate the flow. I could do this off a video, but I want to hear the whole thing just in one flow, because he doesn't fucking stop, and I want to hear the whole thing.
I'm an angel. I kill firstborns while their mamas watch. I turn cities into salt. I even, when I feel like it, rip the souls from little girls. And from now till kingdom come, the only thing you can count on in your existence is never understanding why.
Thief in the night, fangs in your jugular, bleeding you dry. I live in a glass house, throwing meteorites. Appease the gods in a previous life, and I slice the throat of Sweeney Todd for my piece of the pie. I'm the angel of death, outpacing Olympic swimmers with the Titanic's anchors chained to my legs, all without breaking a sweat. From the underground, and I'm craving the taste of your flesh like the Day of the Dead. Here for gaining respect, enforce the laws of gravity, and draw the sword of Damocles to the nape of your neck. Communist Marxist, sharpshooter locked on my target. I was breastfed cancer and bottles of arsenic. Blind swordsman wander in darkness. I dropped the queen's severed head in the offering basket. I'm eating out of coffins and caskets, and everyone in my field of vision's just crops for the harvest. I'm a hellborn seraphim, 4 faces with torn feather wings, spawning forward the form Nephilim. Burying peace pipes, digging up the hatchet. Deep throat my dick till it singes in your stomach acid. We unattractive, ferocious creatures. I got master degree burns after a heat stroke of genius. Rush the doors from dusk to dawn. My entourage plot on top of Scotland Yard, cause we above the law. Withstand the force of a juggernaut. We're the recipe for disaster, and this beat's cooking up a storm. All powerful being, during hours of sleeping, I levitate between the ground and the ceiling. Advanced life forms found in my semen. Haven't started to rap yet, this is just the sound of my breathing. A mental plane like Enola Gay. I'm slashing open throats of backstabbers with my shoulder blade. Step off the planet, it would float away. Tormented by growing pains on my ever-evolving brain. I sever ties with heaven's skies and wage war that makes Armageddon resemble a training exercise. Third eye blessed with second sight, a Cenobite. I survived the New Mexico desert testing sites. If I do start to smoke weed, I'll take 2 totes and won't breathe out for a whole week and OD. Battle telling me you won't get cold feet. The mere thought of facing possessed to freeze the fluid in both knees. Product of a warlock and a witch, knock you for 6. Pile drive you down a bottomless pit. Push my luck over the top of a cliff. I don't bite the hand that feeds me, I chew it off at the wrist. I forge a sword from a thunderbolt, and I'm rubbing salt into bullet wounds just to make the slug dissolve.
And the beat as well. And the sample at the end, that was so pretty. It's extreme close. That is probably one of my favorite songs now. That song was fucking cold. I don't even know what to say. I think I've just spent an hour breaking it down. To the best of my ability. I probably missed a fuck ton. I definitely missed a fuck ton. I'm just getting my recorder open so I can close it. That's one of the most, like, heavy, like, packed up, kind of punchline blessed songs I've ever heard. I tried to just, as soon as I got that first Meteorites bar and the Sweeney Todd, I just went into like a mindset where I was like, okay, if I just focus on every bar, I will be able to figure out everything. Every bit of punchline, I'll be able to try and get. I definitely missed half of it. I don't know what Nephilim is, I don't know what Damocles is. So there's probably a bunch of stuff in there that I could have further broken down, but there's so much that I don't know. I tried my hardest. Cold. So fucking cold. How do you write something like that? That's crazy, man. Can someone let me know what the sample was at the end as well? Because that was so... After all that, the ending was so beautiful, like pretty, and like... It made me feel tired. It made me feel tired at the end. I was listening to it, I was like, fucking hell. So crazy. Insane. I don't even know what to do. I might listen to it again. I learn lyrics pretty quick. When I listen to songs, I remember lyrics pretty easily. So after like 5 listens, I'll probably know all of this song off by heart, and it'll be stuck in my head for weeks. Well, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, I doubt you did. How long are we in? An hour and 9 minutes? An hour and 10 minutes, basically. Is that like the longest reaction on YouTube done to the song? because I saw a bunch of them pop up when I got to the end of the video. But I tried my hardest. Imagine there's someone out there who did a 20-minute reaction and broke it down just as much as I did, but I'm just slow. I don't think that's possible. There's so much. I'm going to listen to this song over and over, and I'm going to catch something new every time, every single time. Every single time. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm just going to end this here. Probably one of my favorite rap songs I've ever heard now. Probably going to listen to this every fucking day. Who produced it as well? Who produced this? Because the beat is fucking so cold. But yeah, I'm ending this now. Goodbye. Thank you for watching. I know my channel isn't that great. It's not really well put together or anything, because I just record myself on my screen and that's it. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you want me to react to any other songs, be sure to let me know. Goodbye.